The Toronto Blue Jays are 10-13. Let that sink in. Less than 6 months after a World Series appearance, this team is 3 games under 500 with a negative run differential. While fingers can be pointed at a few inconsistent starts outside of Kevin Gausman and Dylan Cease, the real pressure point, the one that feels dangerously familiar, is starting to build in the bullpen, specifically in the 9th inning. Jeff Hoffman 7.59. ERA isn't just a number, it's a series of blown opportunities and a tangible source of anxiety across the fan base. This is the backdrop for a new trade rumor that's gaining traction, a proposal aimed at stopping the bleeding before it becomes a full-blown hemorrhage. The name being floated is Milwaukee Brewers all-star closer Trevor Megill. A new mock trade from Sports Illustrated suggests a deal that would send Megill to Toronto to stabilize the back end of the bullpen. The logic is sound. The Brewers, under President of Baseball Operations Matt Arnold, have a well-documented history of trading valuable controllable assets while remaining competitive. They did it with Josh Hader. They did it with Corbin Burns. Megill, coming off an all-star campaign but scuffling a bit to start 2026, fits the profile perfectly. He's in his final year of arbitration eligibility and is set to become an unrestricted free agent after this season. For Milwaukee, the time to maximize his value is now. For the Blue Jays, the need for a proven, high-leverage arm is immediate. The proposed trade in the article suggests the Blue Jays send prospects Yohendrick Pinango and Sean Keyes to Milwaukee for Megill. It's a neat, tidy package, with one catastrophic, credibility-destroying flaw. Neither of those players are in the Toronto Blue Jays organization. Yohendrick Pinango is a prospect in the Chicago Cubs farm system. Sean Keyes belongs to the Baltimore Orioles. This isn't a minor error. It's a fundamental misunderstanding of the assets at Ross Atkins' disposal. It completely invalidates the proposed package. So, let's do the job for them. Let's scrap that fantasy proposal and construct a trade that could actually happen. What would it realistically take for the Blue Jays to acquire a rental closer of Trevor Megill's caliber? First, we have to properly assess Megill's trade value as of today, April 22nd, 2026. Yes, he was an all-star last season. His combination of a high 90s fastball with a lead extension, what some call the invisible, and a devastating splitter makes him a nightmare for hitters when he's on. However, his early season struggles are real, and more importantly, his contract status defines him as a pure rental. He's here for 5 months, then he's gone. This is not a trade for a long-term piece. It's a targeted strike to win this year. That significantly lowers the acquisition cost compared to what the Brewers got for, say, Hader, who had more team control. Milwaukee will be looking for prospects who are close to the majors, players who can help them retool on the fly without a full teardown. They won't get a top-tier blue-chip prospect like Ricky Tiedemann. That's a non-starter. They need value, upside, and proximity to the big leagues. With that in mind, here is a realistic package the Blue Jays could offer. To Milwaukee, LHP Adam Macko and of Dasan Brown. To Toronto, RHP Trevor Megill. Let's break down why this works. Adam Macko, currently pitching for the AAA Buffalo Bisons, is the centerpiece. He's a left-hander with a legitimate 4-pitch mix and a high spin rate fastball. While he may not project as a frontline starter, his floor is a high-leverage bullpen arm or a solid number 4 or 5 starter. He's on the cusp of the majors and gives the Brewers a near-ready arm they can plug into their system immediately, with years of team control. He's exactly the type of player a team like Milwaukee targets. High floor, controllable, and close to contributing. Dasan Brown is the high-upside lottery ticket in the deal. Currently patrolling the outfield for the AA New Hampshire Fisher Cats, Brown's calling card is elite, 80-grade speed and Gold Glove caliber defensive potential. The bat has been inconsistent, but he's shown flashes of developing power. For the Brewers, he represents a low-risk, high-reward gamble. If his bat clicks, he's a dynamic top-of-the-order threat. If not, he's still a valuable fifth outfielder and pinch-running weapon. He's the kind of athlete Milwaukee loves to bet on. From the Blue Jays' perspective, this is a painful but necessary cost of doing business. You're trading away a potential future rotation piece and a toolsy outfielder. However, you are not gutting the core of your farm system. You're protecting Tiedemann, Arjun Nimala, and the other crown jewels. You are trading from a position of relative depth to solve your most glaring immediate weakness. Now, consider the impact on the 26-man roster at the Rogers Center. This isn't just about replacing Hoffman. Acquiring Megill fundamentally reshapes the entire bullpen hierarchy and gives John Schneider the kind of lockdown depth he hasn't had. Your new-look bullpen becomes a three-headed monster. Trevor Megill slots into the closer role. This allows Jordan Romano, who has been lights out all year, to slide back into the 8th inning fireman role he excels at, facing the opponent's most dangerous hitters regardless of the inning. Yimi Garcia, another reliable arm, can now handle the 7th inning or high leverage spots in the 6th. Suddenly, a 6th inning lead feels secure. Eric Swanson has a partner in crime. Nate Pearson can be used in lower leverage situations to build his confidence. The domino effect is massive. It shortens the game from 9 innings to 6, taking immense pressure off a starting rotation that has been shaky behind its top 2 arms. From a payroll and roster management standpoint, the move is also feasible. Megill's final arbitration salary would likely land in the $5–7 million range. While the Blue Jays are operating close to the highest competitive balance tax threshold, Ross Atkins can find a way to absorb that for a player of this impact. It's a small price to pay to salvage a championship window. The corresponding 40-man roster move would be simple. A struggling middle reliever currently on the roster would likely be designated for assignment to make room. This is the kind of aggressive, targeted move that defines a front office's commitment to winning. It's an admission that the current bullpen configuration isn't working, and a proactive step to fix it before the season spirals out of control. Waiting until the July trade deadline could mean falling too far behind the Yankees and Orioles in the AL East. The time to act is now, while the cost is still manageable and the season is still salvageable. The initial rumor may have been built on a foundation of sand, with incorrect prospect names and a lack of deep analysis. But the core idea, targeting a rental closer to fortify a shaky bullpen, is not just sound, it's essential. A package centered around a near-ready arm like Adam Macko and a high-upside athlete like Dasan Brown is the realistic price for stability. It's the price you pay to turn a 7.59 ERA in the 9th inning back into a near-automatic win. What do you think? Is that a package you'd be willing to part with to bring in an arm like Megill? Does this move make the Jays legitimate contenders again, or is it just patching a hole on a sinking ship? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. And if you appreciate this kind of in-depth, no-nonsense Blue Jays analysis that goes beyond the headlines, do me a favor and hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. We're dedicated to bringing you the real story every single day.